Good morning, teacher, and good morning, doctors. My topic is acid. Amino acids. Amino acids are organic compounds that combine to form proteins. Amino acid and proteins are the building blocks of life. The structure of amino acid is composed of amino group and side chain and carboxylic acid group. A carbon. The A carbon atom is an asymmetric carbon atom consisting of amino group or carboxyl group and group of R that are bound to the same carbon atom.
Proteins
Properties
and
of amino
polypeptides
acids.
are biopolymers that consist of linear chains of amino acids. The amide or peptide link is the characteristic functional group that recurs along the peptide chain. The amino acids differ in the nature of the R groups attached to the alpha carbon atoms, as we will see later. The primary structure of a protein or polypeptide is the linear sequence of amino acids linked by the peptide bonds. A1, A2, and so on represent distinct amino acids, differing in the side group. All organisms use the same 20 amino acids as building blocks. The shape taken up by the chain of amino acids in a protein is called the secondary structure. The secondary structure is governed to a large extent by a hydrogen bonding between segments of the chain.
Classification based on the formation of amino acid can be divided in two classes: essential amino acid and non-essential amino acid. Essential amino acid, which cannot be produced by the body. The 9 essential amino acids are histidine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, methionine, methylalanine, threonine, tryptophan, and valine. Non-essential amino acids, which can be made in the body. They include alanine, asparagine, aspartic acid, and glutamic acid. In addition, these amino acids can also be grouped according to the structure of the side chain. For example, the carbon chain aliphatic contains hydroxyl groups, contains sulfur atoms, containing acid groups or amino groups, contain a base group, contain aromatic rings, form a bond with the amino group on the end. Amino acids which have the carbon chain aliphatic, alanine, glycine, valine, leucine, contain hydroxyl groups, serine, threonine, containing acid groups or amino groups, alanine, aspartate, glutamate, contain a base group, arginine, lysine, hydroxylylysine, histidine, contain aromatic rings, phenylalanine, tyrosine, tryptophan, form a bond with the amino group on the end atom, Prop-P proline, hydroxyproline. Application in medicine. Today, amino acids are central to the field of optomolecular medicine, which describe the practice of preventing and treating diseases. The benefit of supplementing optimal amounts of amino acid for improved health and protein synthesis have been empirically proven and published in research papers and scientific journals. Importantly, the field of orthomolecular medicine is not meant to substitute, but rather complement classical medicine. L-arginine treats erectile dysfunction and increases vascular blood flow. L-glutathione, the super antioxidant, which protects cells from aging and increases virility. Pro and cons of amino acid. Pro. The importance of amino acid as the precursor of enzymes and neurotransmitters is often underestimated. As such, amino acids regulate almost all the metabolic processes in human body, and they are essential for a healthy body. To promote muscle growth, to treat erectile dysfunction, to increase fat loss, to promote healthy sleep, to treat diabetes. Cons. Amino acid supplement can be bad for you. Consuming more than your body can use may cause you to store the excess as fat tissue. Consuming high levels of individual amino acid can be toxic, can cause headache, mental confusion, depression, and impaired vision when consumed in high doses. Amino acid.
And indeed it is. And proteins are no exception. Proteins are polymers also. And they are polymers of something called amino acids. Polymers of amino acids. And that's what proteins are all about. Well, as we enter the land of proteins, I think it's very important that you figure out what an amino acid is and how polymerization is going to occur. First of all, let's talk about what is an amino acid. Well, if you know your functional side groups, you already know half of what an amino acid is. That's pretty good considering you didn't even know what it was 10 seconds ago. Let's take a look at what an amino acid is. An amino acid. Right there in its name are the clues that tell you half the molecule. Think back to those functional side groups. Amine group. What was an amine group? Well, an amine group looked something like this.
Amine group. What was an amine?
There's your amino group.
Well, an amine group looks something like this.
We're going to hook that to a basic carbon right in the center.
Amino group. Okay.
And now we're going to make it an acid.
We're going to hook that to
remember what the acid group was
carbon
called?
right in the center.
It was called carboxyl.
And now we're going to make it an acid.
And remember why it was called a carboxyl group? Okay, well it had a carbon, and it had an oxygen double bonded to it, and an OH here. And do you remember why this was acidic in nature? Because this tended to donate that proton and become negatively charged.
Why this was acidic in nature?
But what's most important is that these two groups functionally come together to form an amino acid. Now I want you to look at this and think about it. Is there something missing from this? And if you know your carbon chemistry, you remember that carbon has 4 valence electrons.